Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to yet another review. I've had the Polo Vivo GT on my channel. This time around, I've got the Vivo Tiptronic. This is the 1.6 liter automatic, and it drives absolutely great. I'll give you that. But as you already know, the Polo Vivo is really expensive. This will cost you 320,000 Rand. Let's unpack this video. I have had the Polo Vivo onto the channel, so it's going to be quite quick. Yes, there are some design cues that are different from the GT range because the GT range is much more sportier. But I actually do quite like the look of this car in terms of the color and just how grown up it makes it look. Before I do go on, don't forget to use the link in my bio, the link in my description to get a code from my awesome people at Naked Insurance. So yeah, in this review, I'm going to cover the exterior looks, the interior looks, as well as that amazing drive. Let's get it! Now, the biggest change in terms of the exterior on here is just this lower bumper essentially, which is now like this. I don't know what shape this is, but this is the biggest change on the Polo Vivo range. And it's actually quite hard to tell if you, between the previous generation as well, or not previous generation, the pre-facelift and this current one. I mean, I'm pretty sure right now there are people who are making these black parts for the previous generation, so I'm pretty sure people can still go on and do that on that pre-facelift. You've got halogen fog lamps, you've got halogen headlights, and some chrome slats that run horizontally at the top of the grille, and that's about it really. This color, I do like this color. I'm going to put the name of the color on screen for you guys because I forgot how to pronounce it. You've got this 15-inch alloys right on here, and I do quite like how they look. It's giving very grown up. It's giving matured, whereas the GT for me gives, Playboy. This is, you're just from there on, you move on to the Polo GTI and then senior West. Whereas this is just giving, I know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep it cool, calm, collected. Oh, dirty bastard. Can I do it? Sorry. That's a song by Call Me Smack, by the way. Got a wing mirror here. It doesn't have any indicator on it or whatever. You don't have keyless entry into the vehicle. And that's about it on this angle. I'm going to turn the car around for you guys and show you what's on the exterior. But, guys, I know this car gets a lot of slack. And I think the only thing that's saving this car, for me, has to be the driving dynamics. There is no car in the segment that drives better than a Polo Vivo. And saves fuel like a Polo Vivo as well. The fuel efficiency, the driving dynamics are completely unmatched. But that doesn't justify selling a car like this for 320,000 Rand. 320,200. And most of the stuff, as you already know in here, are pretty dated. I was looking at the interior and I was seeing the gear leave, and I'm like, geez, that came from my 2013 Polo GTI that I had. But yeah, let's unpack the car. I'm not trying my best not to try and see exactly where it fits in, but I think in a world of so many SUVs, this is where it starts becoming a bit tricky. And I'm hoping that with the A0 SUV that Volkswagen are developing, that, yeah, it works better for them, because 320,200 is a lot of money, guys. Design-wise on the exterior, there isn't much that's been done really. Still get the same looking taillights. You've got some reflector lamps right on here. Your Vivo badge is smacked bang in the middle. Still have a manual operated tailgate. I mean, that's standard really within the budget friendly segment, so don't think it's just a Vivo thing. But the space in here, guys, is absolutely incredible, man. So much space, and you still get a full-size spare as well on this model, so that is quite dope. But yeah, there's a lot of space in this model. In terms of the boot size, that is never been funny in terms of the boot space that Volkswagen will give you. Do you have a parcel shelf as well? And yeah, that's basically the boot. Let's just quickly jump inside. The interior in this Tiptronic is not vastly different to the GT that I had, so I'm going to be very quick with it because I've done this entire interior. You still have a multifunctional steering wheel. You've got your analog dials right on here. The only big thing you'll notice in here is this gear lever, because it's an automatic. And I'll show you essentially, if you can just come in closer there, you'll see this gear shifter and everything that's on here. If you have a 2013 Polo GTI, a Polo TSI, this is exactly that same shifter that's on here, which is a bit sad really. Then you've got that infotainment with wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto, one USB port, one 12-volt socket, and that's for the whole car, by the way. But I've spoken about this in my Vivo GT video. And obviously the biggest thing that everybody's going to be crying about is the fact that you have to manually control your mirrors. And yes, this is not a problem when you buy the car, because when you buy the car, you know what, it's a problem. it's just a problem. I was trying to justify it, but what I'm trying to say is that if you do buy the car, right, you're gonna set the mirrors once and then you leave them like that. You never have to change them again. I am only worried about it because, say, I've got my younger brother, and we constantly changing the car. Every time that we come into the car, you have to change and set according to how your sitting position is, and that's where it becomes a problem. But if you do stay alone, you set it once and then you're done. But it's still not okay for them to have only this physical controls for your mirrors, man. Like it's really not okay. I mean, in the rear as well, we still have the windy up windows, and yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So let's just rather jump into the drive straight because that's the only nice thing about this car. The price, all these other things I've mentioned, for me, don't do it. I mean, when you look at these climate control or aircon rather dials, this has been here for so many years now. Your 12-volt socket is right on there, one USB. For the whole car, you've got one USB port and a 12-volt socket. And I think this is where the competition is leaving them in the dust because of simple things like that. But I really just hope that the A0 SUV that's coming soon is packed with a lot of features that you guys are going to go back to Volkswagen again. So, yeah, Oaks. So, under here is a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder petrol engine, and it will give you 77 kilowatts as well as 153 newton meters of torque. Sends that power to only the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic. And I do quite like that 6-speed automatic transmission, really. I thought the manual does everything nice, but this automatic is just so smooth. It drives absolutely gorgeous. There is no issues whatsoever. It changes seamlessly, fuel efficient as well. I mean, the range when I got this car was 640 k's, but it jumped all the way to 780 kilometers. And we've been driving it for kilometers on end and was still on the same tank with 110 k's of fuel range left in there. So that's one thing that Volkswagen have perfected so much, and it's fuel efficiency. So you kind of feel like you are spending a lot of money on on the purchase of the vehicle, but you somewhat make it back in the fuel savings, because I'm pretty sure you can use one tank the whole month. Whereas with the other cars that are quite smaller with smaller tanks and the driving dynamics are a bit off, you're gonna pour so much fuel in there where now you've bought the car for whatever 200,000 rand, but you're gonna spend so much over the life cycle that But maybe this is just me trying to justify the great drive of a Polo and the fuel efficiency. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. But I do really think that it's not worth 320,000 rand, but the driving dynamics are completely unmatched. So, when you jump into the driving of the Polo Vivo Tiptronic, and I've been praising the way that this car drives all along, because it absolutely drives really good, and I like the way it drives, right? There's nothing that you fuss about, even with this 15-inch. So these alloys are called Ubomi, because it's Ubomi wheels, which I mentioned earlier on, rather, sorry, that I do quite like the way that they look, and the color of the car is called Escort Grey. Thank you. So they do drive nice, and it soaks in the bumps perfectly. With the Polo Vivo, there's just that one car that you feel like it's a budget car that you can push, and you feel stable on the road. You don't feel like you're going to topple over. You don't feel like it's unstable. It's planted. It's well designed, and I mean, it's essentially designed from previous generations Polo TSRs and all those things. So you can tell that it's a robust vehicle. Yes, it's got cheap materials all over, but now when it comes to driving, that's one thing it knows how to do. Fuel efficiency as well, it knows how to do fuel efficiency quite well. 11.8 kilometer per liter. So you're doing 11.8 kilometers per liter of fuel. So that is not too bad. And we've done quite a lot of miles already on this car. 781 kilometers we've done, and we're still on a single tank. So that is interesting. But I just feel like the Polo Vivo is not a budget-friendly car anymore. It's not. I don't think it should even be in the budget segment or in the budget chat. It's completely priced itself out of the budget on entry-level car. When we used to think Polo Vivos are entry-level cars. Like these are cars that when you start getting your job and you want to spend 3,000 rand on a car, you get a Polo Vivo. Unfortunately, that's not where the market is anymore, and you hardly get that anywhere, really. So you now have two side seat airbags in the front, as well as a airbag right on here. So they are keeping up in terms of safety, because usually the airbag situation was always a bit of a mess. They're trying to keep up. You've got ESC, you've got hill descent, hill hold assist, ABS. So they have tried to put in some things which should have always been the case, you know, trying to ensure that we have safety. And I've seen a lot of you guys are subscribing. So many of you guys are watching, not subscribing. What's up with that, guys? Please help me by subscribing, and that helps us grow the channel. That helps us become better, and then I can incorporate what you guys want into the channel, and you know, can also make a living. You know, this is how I'm making my living. So please let me know what you guys want to see next. Up until next time, don't forget to always keep left and pass right if you're in South Africa. Don't forget to use the link in my bio to get a call from Naked Insurance in less than 90 seconds. Peace out.